Hello everybody, my name is Bruno, your sports host. Today, as you might have guessed, we're going to be doing a sports segment. You guys have been asking for this in the comments, I've seen it. Okay, no one has been asking for this, but I think it'll be very cool. Anyways, as you guys can see, I got some props. Very nice. Today we're going to be doing an NBA style version of overrated, underrated, or properly rated. I know these are very popular, so I'm hoping it'll blow up. Please make it blow up. And of course, subscribe if you like this video, and let's just get into it. So the first team is the 76ers. 76ers, overrated, underrated, properly rated. I'd say definitely underrated, man. 76ers are looking amazing. I know they do this at the beginning of every season, but we gotta count it. Joel Embiid averaging 27 points, 12 assists, absolutely amazing. At the moment of this recording, they are 12-4. But yeah, he looks like he's in great condition. Ben Simmons on the other side, not averaging that much points. He's averaging 12 points, but let me just say that he is doing an amazing job at playmaking. He is being an awesome playmaker. He's being part of the team. He's getting those assists. So props up to him and Joel Embiid. They are making the 76ers a star team. So next up are the Boston Celtics. Now, the Boston Celtics are good. Don't get me wrong. But I definitely have to go with overrated. I think a few weeks ago, Jason Tatum had to go because of COVID protocols, and you could definitely tell that this team needed some guidance, like they needed some leadership. Jaylen Brown, of course, stepped up. He's been averaging 26 points. Kemba, he's been absent. He has been absent, and you can't really tell much about him. To be fair, he did come back from a left knee injury, but yeah. Now, Jason Tatum did come back against the Bulls, but you could tell, that they needed leadership. Marcus Smart didn't really step up, and that's all I'm going to say. I'd definitely say overrated. So next up are the Cleveland Cavaliers. Overrated, underrated, properly rated. I definitely say at this moment, underrated. Why? Well, they've been playing good. They played against LeBron James last night. LeBron James got 21 on them. But still, Colin Sexton has been doing an amazing job. He's been averaging 27 points, which is awesome. I mean, Andre Drummond has been doing a good job on the defensive end. Also, after the James Harden trade, they got Jared Allen, who's also an amazing defensive player. He was doing an amazing job on the Nets. And they have depth. Cedi Osman. They have Larry Nance Jr. and they also have JaVale McGee. So they definitely have depth. I don't know if it's enough to get to the playoffs, but at this moment, I definitely say underrated. And yeah, that's it. So next up are the Brooklyn Nets. Let me just say, I don't like this team. They are too powerful, man. But no, KD, possible second MVP season. He is averaging 31 points. James Harden, obviously averaging 26 points, which is even a bit low for him, but that's fine. Kyrie Irving is averaging 29 points, which is also insane, man. That's a positive about them. The negative is definitely the depth. I mean, especially when you get deep into the season or deep into the playoffs, even there's going to be three people, and they're going to be them that are going to be really tired. They are going to be extremely tired, and they're going to need to rotate people. Imagine, even if someone gets hurt, the depth that they need, it's just not there. And that's why they've been wanting to actually trade for different persons like Kevin Love, JaVale McGee. So they've actually been looking at a lot of Cavs players to get more depth. But, I mean, where's the cap space, right? I mean, the money's not even there anymore. So, yeah, we'll have to see. So I'd have to say Nets properly rated. They're not overrated, they're not underrated, they're properly rated. Next up are the Utah Jazz. Now, the Utah Jazz, underrated, overrated, properly rated, I'd say very underrated. Donovan Spider Mitchell, man, he is averaging just over 24 points, but he is doing extremely well. The team overall is third in the Western Conference. They are just under the Clippers and the Lakers as of today. I don't know how it'll be in the future, but But they have depth, man. They have Jordan Clarkson, Joe Ingles, Bojan Bogdanovic, and of course Rudy Gobert, who just signed a $205 million 5-year deal. Not worth it, but whatever. Next up are the Suns. Now the Suns are doing, I'd say, very well. Overrated, underrated, properly rated. I'd say properly rated and a bit underrated. I think everyone sort of expected Chris Paul to do a good job with the defense and the offense. Of course, with the offense more. Devin Booker is averaging 22, which is even a bit low for him, but that's okay because DeAndre Ayton is averaging 15 and 12 rebounds, which is insane. Also, I love the connection between Chris Paul and DeAndre Ayton. I mean, DeAndre Ayton is so big that he can literally just dunk and Chris Paul just passes to him. The connection is unreal. And let's just say Chris Paul is doing a pretty good job with this team. Definitely enough for playoffs, yes. The next team are the Denver Nuggets. Now, the Denver Nuggets, I'd have to say, I'm sorry guys, overrated. I mean, people expected the Denver Nuggets to be on the top again of the Western. They're just not there. I mean, Jokic is having an incredible season, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists. But like the team overall, it's just not there, right? I mean, probably because they went deep into the playoffs last season and they could be tired, which of course could be the case. Murray averaging a good 19 points, which is even a bit low for him as well. But I'd say that I don't see the depth, right? Because imagine one of them gets hurt. I mean, Jokic gets hurt, and they're just not at that same level, right? I mean, they do have a little bit of good depth. They have Kevin Porter Jr., they have Campanasso, they have Bobo. They have some other good players, but I'd say they're overrated for what people expected them to be this season. And the last team for today are the Golden State Warriors. Now, the Golden State Warriors, they kind of started bad, then Curry picked it up, and they've been doing pretty good now. They've been doing okay, let's just say. I'd say properly rated. There's no overrated on this because people didn't really expect anything, but there's no underrated because you can't see like that consistent growth. Of course, Curry has been balling. He has a 28 point per game, but then you have people like Wiseman and Kelly Oubre Jr. who are starting but can't be consistent, at least not as much as Klay Thompson, who has the ACL problem sadly, and yeah. We'll have to wait a bit for that. Andrew Wiggins is also averaging 20 points, which is, hey, that's pretty good. But yeah, they definitely. I don't even know to get to playoffs, which is a tough call for now. If they get to playoffs, I don't see it going past the first round. It's a bit too early, but those are my predictions. Warriors properly rated for the moment. And yeah, and that's going to be it for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. This was properly rated, overrated, or underrated with your host Bruno. I hope you enjoyed it. I definitely did. Yeah, if you like my content, if you like this sports segment, comment down below. Maybe you don't even agree with me. Just comment. Yeah, subscribe also if you like my content. If you want to keep seeing videos like these, comment down below. Maybe an NFL version, NHL, soccer, whatever you want. I'm here for it. And yeah, see you next time.